There's, politics back and forth. This representative says that representative says this. It's fucking simple. You have a border defines a country. And to enter a country, you have to have a passport or a visa or some kind of documentation. Like when I travel from Canada down to the States to do my road trips with my boys and we do our rallies and shit, and we bring Canadian money into the American economy and pay for hotels and food and gas and all kinds of shit. We cross the border with a passport. We prove that, we're only going to be there for a week or whatever it happens to be. And then we're basically vacation enjoying ourselves. And that's it. And they don't bother us because we do it lawfully. We do it legally, right? Whereas the people that just move into a country and they're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just going to live over here now. I'm just going to walk across illegally and, set down roots and take up any opportunities for whatever. Canada, you get fucking housing, you get a cell phone, you get an allowance or welfare, whatever it is you want to call it. I don't buy it. Do what my fucking family had to do. Move into a country legally. Apply to come. Prove that you have fucking skills. You have to, we had to demonstrate that you have to fucking speak English to come to Canada, right? Obviously, you live in England, you speak English, right? You go through the appropriate and naturalization channels. And you don't fucking just, waltz in somewhere where you don't belong and then just take up residence, say, okay, I'm here now, and fuck you guys. Like if somebody walked in the front door of my house, like as far as I'm concerned, this house is my territory. It's my own country. And the border is the property line. And if you just walk up to my house and walk through my front door or break it down, we're going to have a fucking problem. Everybody would have a problem. Even a Democrat, quote unquote, open border person would probably have a problem if somebody walked into their fucking house. Unexpected, unannounced, as an intruder, because that's basically what you do when you walk across the border and you decide to stay there. You're an intruder. But there's supposed to be a different set of rules for people because of fucking what? Because some fatty on TikTok wants to cry about her Mexican FWB that's being deported that she's not going to get the D from anymore. I mean, I don't get it. All right. I've got your call-in link there on the live chat on the YouTubes. It's pinned at the top, guys. If you want to pop in and ask a question, let me just turn up my volume over here. I'll grab Joe from Pittsburgh, see what he's got in just 1 second here. Joe from Pittsburgh. What do you got for me, Joe?
Hey, Rich. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Yeehaw. So, yes, it is nuts. It's all nuts. But I can't help but wonder if this is a replay of what happened on January 6th to some degree.
How?
I've seen plenty of news coverage about how January 6th was an insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
And this event, as described by many liberal or Democratic talking heads, is described again as a mostly peaceful protest.
But it's not, because they're burning the shit out of the city. You can clearly see it from the cell phone footage.
I agree, and that's my point. The January 6th was quote unquote an insurrection, where this is mostly peaceful. The other thing that I'm picking up on is watching mainstream media versus watching alternative medias on various outlets like YouTube. I'm seeing different coverage of the events. In other words, I'm seeing on YouTube, boots on the ground coverage where the mainstream networks are portraying things a lot softer. And
there was a cast that I shared on Twitter X. It was maybe a day or two ago. But on the left-hand side of the screen, it was legacy corporate media, the lefty type of stations. Oh, it's mostly peaceful. Everything's, here, I can put it up on the screen as we're sort of talking, just sort of demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Should shove us over to the side, but here you go. Like, I don't turn on the volume, but it's like, legacy media basically saying, oh, it's totally peaceful and everything's fine. And then on the right-hand side, there's a footage that has been uploaded to social media. This guy's throwing rocks at cars. Cars are burning.
Exactly.
They spray painted them. You got these like hooligans out in the street causing all kinds of problems with masks. Like if you're if you're a law-abiding citizen, why are you hiding your face like a pussy, right? Because you're trying to hide from something.
Right. You're
But then
doing
on the
something wrong.
left-hand side,
Yeah.
if you listen to their sound bites, it's all, oh, these are mostly peaceful. People are upset. They're humans and they're trying to let the government know that this is unfair. But that's not.
And
That's
again,
not what's happening.
That's my kind of point, saying January 6th was an insurrection with a bunch of gullible people falling in line following a flag, where this is blatant anarchy in multiple cities now. And I can't help but wonder if I take a step back and look at a 50,000-foot view, I kind of wonder sometimes if this is being used as just propaganda to rile a certain side or sides up and to just get them to fall in line, much like the January 6th thing was, where
Who do you think they're trying to get to fall in line, the left or the right?
I think they're trying to get both sides to play. I have
play what at the end of the day, though?
Division. They want
division.
I don't know who they is, first of all.
Yeah.
But it feels much to me like if they wanted to put the riots down, they could. They're not using the technology that's available to do that. It just seems like last night the curfew was ignored.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually they did squelch the crowd, but they could have done so much quicker if they used like LRAD technology that's out there. Riot
LRAD is the sound stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why aren't we seeing that? I guess kind of comes to mind.
I think the problem with suppressing people's complaints and opinions publicly out in the streets is that it's going to be very effective, but the masses are probably going to be like, oh, well, you went too far with that.
Yeah, but I could use the same argument as far as, one of the videos you showed earlier about the guy getting zapped with the pepper spray or whatever it was, where he got shot.
Like, I mean, that's beanbag. Yeah.
Yeah. That optic is just as enrages people just as much as, if you disperse the whole crowd once.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, from the get-go, we've always operated in an us versus them environment. It's always been an us versus them world. There's always been tribes. There's always been gangs. Why are we trying to get everybody to believe and subscribe to the same ideology? If you think borders should be open and immigration should be free, then
country.
Then set up your own fucking country. Like split up the United States, split it up, and let the lefties have the left and let the righties have the right, and let's see who wins. The golden utopia of the way things should be. I think that's a solution to the problem. But there's always going to be conflict within the states, dude. Like from the get-go, there was conflict in the states. What did you guys have your first war? 1812 or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was over. I don't want to say similar, but it was over something comparable, essentially. Yeah. I mean, freedom versus slavery. It's
right.
It's, to me, it's just a continuation. It's gotten to the point where it just feels to me like we're being forced to pick a side. It's not the AFC versus the NFC.
But why can't you pick a side? Is what I'm saying. Is like pick a side and stand with that side.
Oh, and I would agree, but I feel as though the continual push for division has been thrust upon this country for a number of years now.
I don't think it's thrust upon hard enough, because if it was thrust upon hard enough, then there would be an actual division. Well, and there's not. Like it's always just enough, it seems, to piss off a bunch of people on both sides.
Agreed.
But not enough to actually create any kind of real change.
Right. And in meantime, again, from the 50,000-foot optic view, I feel as though the country has much bigger issues at hand. And in parentheses, I'd throw in the national debt.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe this is the distraction from raising the debt ceiling.
Yeah, or changing the currency.
What do you think about the whole notion of the spat between Elon Musk and Donald Trump?
I could care less. I mean, I feel as though that's kind of again, the media blew that out of proportion as soon as they could. Elon's a great guy. He's got a lot of government contracts, but at the end of the day, he's not buttering my bread on my toast. Do you know what I mean? It's, to me, it's a non-issue.
But is Trump buttering the bread on your toast?
Given the choice between he and any of the Democrats out there, he essentially is, in the sense that my life is better as a result of the policies that he's trying to enact. So yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, does he pay my bills? No, but I feel as though
no, nobody's going to pay your bills at the end of the day. But it's like one of the things that I found interesting, between that spat is that there was a lot of social media public posts that Donald Trump made in the last 10 or 15 years, where he was talking about politicians getting away with some stuff like raising debt ceilings, and they shouldn't be able to, run for another term. And here he is raising the debt ceiling. So it's like, he's just pointing to the hypocrisy of the whole thing. And it's, all right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here, where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.